Today is Saturday the 27th of November, just gone 10:49. Things don't always go to plan. Well, I don't worry if it goes to plan, we just continue on with something else. So I'm not away in the caravan this weekend. There was a road accident all yesterday, there was a storm yesterday. Things just lined up, forget about it. So I got out of work early yesterday, but I never got away in the caravan. So here we are now, about between London is down that direction. New buildings is up that direction. I'm on a lay-by here. We take Willow to Prehen Woods. Over there is a wee hole in the wire. That is the city's old dump. Now normally, this time of year it's hard to film with the sun shining. The sun's on my back now if I walk down the way, so I'm going to cross over and go through that way there. But normally if I go to Prehen Woods, I would park here, I would just walk down the footpath down that way. Oh, we got Willow out. Oh, I've meant to check here, look, it's 5 degrees outside, 5 degrees, and it's freezing, cutting through you. I cut the temperature there. 5 degrees, but it's much colder, it's like -5. One of them days. I'm going to give it Willow in the lead here. This bit of tarmac I'm on here, and that wee wall, this is the old main road. Our gauge railway used to come up this way, so I would have been over there by the road. Don't know exactly, it's before my time. Oh, Willow, I forgot your lead. I haven't got Willow's lead. Willow, will I have a spare lead in here? There's all the junk of the day in here. Would there be a spare lead? I think I might have one under the floor of the car for emergencies. But see, we've had that many emergencies. There, look at that. I have about 6 of these leads. Like I may also lose things, mislay things. Hold on, Willow. We're going to be here today, Pet. But down there the path goes behind a lot of trees. Some women mightn't feel safe on it. We're going to go across this way today. We'll do the circle. It's just the road can be busy. There's Stony Wood. If you look Google Maps for Stony Wood. Oh, well, the lay-bys beside Stony Wood. It's all posh houses up there. Hello, honey. On we go. So this used to be the city dump, and then they done it up like they planted trees and all the rest. But the council have totally neglected this part. Right up at the end, they just get this in videotape with them. The very end, you see a wee bench. Now if you've got a dog that likes pooing on footpaths and all the rest, we'll have a bit of diarrhea this morning again. So that's why it's handy here now. If your dog goes to toilet, there'll be no dog wardens out here. There should be no wains out here. This is sort of forgotten about ground in here, but it's brilliant if you're walking a dog. You see, there's a lot of times that wee bench has been maintained. Get the idea, like there's a wee stream comes down there. You have all the plastics and everything gets washed in here from the fire. Oh, we're down to the wee stream. Oh, she doesn't want to go. Do I go down to the wee stream? Come on, Willow. It's a bit tricky getting down here now. I used to go down here with Lucy all the time. That would have been my regular walk with Lucy years ago. Ah, she liked the streams and all. Come on down to the sea. But Willow's not going to get no food down here. It's very mucky. You wouldn't want to attempt to walk on that because of the quicksand. Don't know how deep you sink in, but it wouldn't be good. So there's London in the distance. You can see the cathedral spiral. You all type of junk washed up here. You may get the odd dead sheep too, like. There's a stream over there now. Oh, I'm back in a minute, Willow. Tripping and everything, there's not much crap. Wood, everything gets washed up here, plastics, reeds, everything. If you're walking a wee dog and needs a drink, it's from the stream water. It's only goes underneath the main road, it's from the hull above. It's not sewage like. A nice wee day, a wee bit of sun shining, a wee breeze. It's nice down here. There's probably rats too, like. Because like they say, most days down here in the fall you get a cold breeze blowing along the water. So we're up down to this wee walk now. I've got a wee something sticking in my foot, needs fixing. Hold on, now fix my shoe, Willow. Alright, foot fixed, on we go now, Willow. There's a wee bench. Everybody on the main road doesn't know this is in here. They're all rushing past. There's a wee path we come down from the main road. When I came here years ago with Lucy, I used to work in Adria, nylon factory to ban, and we always finish half day on a Friday. Every Friday, when I finish half day, I'd have brought Willow down, or Lucy down here. But the council at that time had neglected the place, and in the summertime you couldn't have walked down here with brambles. It's completely overgrown. So I bought myself a strummer, and I was strummed this whole path, up to half a mile long. And around the middle is not so bad. This bit was bad up here at the end. The brambles will come right across and they're up beyond height like. So I was strummed back about a metre wide. And then a year after that I got a Pelton lawnmower. And I brought the Pelton lawnmower down in the car, and I went down this with a lawnmower. But now the trees is bigger enough. There's less brambles here. Summertime this wee path will get a wee bit tight, but it's walkable. You don't need it. You don't need to strum it anymore. But I don't like getting wet trousers, and leggings get torn by brambles. So people may have thought it was mass strumming this, but it's done the job. Very few people locally know where Prehen Woods is. So, I don't stop now. Well, I've already started. She's moping about the house all morning and getting down the Christmas decorations. I have to go up sometime, helping the sister with her house, doing my own. She's bored. You were bored, right? So let's bring in boxes down from the attic. And after this wee walk, I'll be putting them up in my house. And the idea is now you get tired out and then you have a sleep right up the decorations. That's the idea. And then we go for a walk later on. Well, I'll probably mess up as usual. Down this way, there used to be lots of rabbits, lots of them. I didn't have to strum the grass where the rabbits were. There's not as many now. Well, Willow's not going to be in this video, it's just going to be a back street. Like. Oh, you need to go in front. You know this path well. Aye. During lockdown, this path was, during lockdown last year, the proper lockdown, when things were locked down, this footpath was packed with people. They're all sneaking up and down here where they wouldn't get caught, you see. So all around these wee trees you would have had rabbits. The topsoil is not very deep here. Though you see lots of trees, it's very, very shallow. And if a tree falls over, you see all the plastics. Everything else is rotted away, but the plastics haven't. Not hard to see it that one, but the roots are very shallow. Those have all been full of wee rabbits here. It was nice in its time, because you'd be fighting your way through all the brambles, and you come down here and it was like Teletubbies. So the grass was all very sharp. I used to come down with secateurs as well. I used to keep the trees pruned back. Because when the trees were smaller, the branches would come out over the footpath. And if a branch was coming near my head, I just stripped it off with the secateurs. And then as years go on, the trees got bigger. The branches were back. It's more used now, more people use this path now. This is a new sewage pump they put in here, and when they put this pump on, they relayed that path coming down here for the trucks. It's getting well overgrown now. When they put this in here, they cleared all this area here. So that's another one of them wells they pump the sewage. So where the sewage at one time would have just flowed out, it's probably an overflow now. Like, they still got the sewage pipe there. Probably in storms, water still flow out there. That's infrastructure there, Willow, isn't it? They had lorries and all coming up and down here, and they relayed the stones down this lane as far as here, but it's gone back the wee path again. There, wee rabbit. Very quick, Willow, very quick. So this bit we're on now, even though this was a dump on each side, I think this was some kind of lane. It's different from the rest. More hardcore on it. So unless this is where the bin lorries come up and down, I don't know. But this is different from each side. This area each side is lower, getting waterlogged, but this is quite firm. Where's, oh, this here's it. That's where they're going about now, no more landfills. All the landfills around London now all became parks. Prehen playing fields, the football pitches, they're also the landfill. Although they have more topsoil on them. They have an all landfill outside new buildings. They've never done nothing with it. Just fenced it off. No entry. No dumping. Colmore is the latest one to close down. Colmore's been turned into a country park. So it's pretty new. So on this day, I'd imagine this is all boggy ground belonging to the forest. But like you see today, all I suppose there would have been wild birds eating from that muck. Back then it was called reclaiming, wasn't it? There's another wee bit of path there. I like going down there. Willow doesn't always like going down there, but that brings you out to the end of the football pitch. Closer, you're walking down closer to the water. But because we're going to Prehen Woods today, and this wee bit is like Prehen Woods, we'll continue down to the end of this wee trail here, and then we'll cross the main road again. But ideally I wouldn't keep crossing the main road. I'll just do a circle. So you see now the height this is wee lanes up. So this wee lane, I used to think originally this had been the narrow gauge railway line. Don't know exactly the route it went. And that's why it's raised up. And there's a good possibility that this could be the narrow gauge railway line. And then when they did the dump, the bungalow just drove down it, used it as a lane. And then it would have came out then, back where the lay-by is, on where the road is. Because you can see how it's higher than the rest of the ground each side of it. Well, I don't know for sure if it was or not, but I can only guess if it was. There's a housing estate outside new buildings, and when I was away and I cycled down past, I lived in Staban at the time, and I cycled down here, and a big heavy shower came on, and I took shelter underneath the railway bridge. And what it was, it's next to the golf club. The bridge was doing nothing. The houses were already built. Above the bridge would have been a road. Underneath the bridge would have been the narrow gauge railway. My mother said there was a bad accident near that bridge. The boy was killed. But there's no sign of the road. The bridge has been knocked down now. The wee lane's still there. I'm finding out the lane's a hull now, and that would have been the railway line part, but I don't know. There wasn't much there when I was away. Make it out. You need to get an old map or something. Oh, I was doing plenty of snuffing here. One's going to complain about the video being too long again, Willow. I keep saying it's your snuffing that does it. I'll say, as it is now, nobody maintains this. You will not get a council worker down here. If a tree falls, it stays falling. Somebody else is going to have to move it. Still council ground, but they do nothing to it. If it goes mucky, it stays mucky. Another thing I used to do as well, the Willow and I Road show was down in Prehen Woods years ago. And there's bits of this path like in front that was mucky, and they left a big pile of stones behind the Willow and I Road show, and every time I walked I'd fill my pockets up with stones, and I would drop the stones in the muck, and then as the time went on you ended up with a wee bit down the middle that wasn't mucky. But I say all that's gone now since they put in that new sewer pipe. Took off that muck there, that's proper hardcore underneath. We're coming down now onto the playing fields. There's three areas for football pitches. That one there's got a Gaelic or a rugby. I never see them playing either. And two football pitches. And then you have a wee path, and then you have area there, I think maybe one or two football, maybe one football pitch. Another wee blank area, and then you've got another two football pitches. Well, this entrance here and this fence, that was put in for the Radio 1 Roadshow. Radio 1 Roadshow was held here at one time. And listen, they put you see the entrance, you see the coming off the main road, the curbs changing. Well, we get all the big lorries rolling here. Well, we're going to cross the main road today. Get this lead out now. Well, we're going to Prehen Wood. Prehen Wood, autumn. There's autumn up in Prehen Wood. Now, I don't know you're not an autumn fan this year, Pep, but like you got to do your bit. What's coming on now? Hold on, this side lens is busted up again. See this camera and this lens, I'm fed up with. Everything you go out is musting up. When's the thing going to dry out? By the time I spotted, half my video was useless. You see it's a wee bit musty there. The camera's so hot and outside's so cold. Right, man, now well, we've crossed over here now. Health and safety. The only problem with Derry Council here, all the pipsqueak bins here are next to the road. Who wants to bring, if you've got a cornerless dog, a busy road like this. The Everglades Hotel is just down there. 2-minute walk away. Whoa, you're messing about now. I'm crossing the road. Whenever I cross the road, Willow has to stand outside. Once he starts crossing in front of me, chaos and mayhem ensues. And then again, you have to be a wee bit quicker. Come on now, honey. Last thing I want to do is trip over her lead halfway across the road. There's very little road that you have me, Willow. And then again, I just have to. Well, I have to lay down the odd one, like. I don't know if it's true or not, but see that house in front there? Quite a nice house. Hasn't changed over the years. If you're here 20 years ago, it looked the same. Apparently that belonged to a boy. I won't even say what the cafe was. He owned a restaurant. He lost that house and a bet, gambling bet. So that's what gambling does for you there. So obviously he's bet too much money and he put the house on the table and lost it. I'm going back a long time now. But you owned a restaurant there in one day, cafe. Come on out, honey. Prehen Park. No sign this side. We'll go this side to show. Because people want to know what Prehen Wood is. When you come from Londonderry, come out to Prehen Park. There we sign. Everglades Hotel's just down there. Past the Everglades. Straight up this big steep hill. Park your car on the main road down there. I always park mine on the footpath, but there only is room for 1 or 2 cars here. Sun's going to shine on the camera, Wallow. Quite a steep hill. All this ground here would have been Prehen House. There's part of the original old lane going down there, and that road wouldn't have been here. That would have been the main road down there. That carriage now, that was the old main road. Prehen House, Gate Lodge, is down this wee road. So this would have took you to Prehen House. So all these houses and housing estate is built on the grounds of Prehen House. And I've got a wee point I'm coming to now in a minute. So there's the original road to Prehen House. Probably widened over the years. Would have been a wee lane like that over there. See that car's coming up now, straight up that lane. Well, hold on. Willow, hold on. And this is the thing. Come on this way, come on this way. This is the thing about people and complaining. All these big estates are all forest, all trees. And all these trees have been cut down to build these houses. And then people move into these houses as wee wains and all, and they grow up and they play on what the trees remain. And as time goes on, more houses want to be built. And the woods get smaller and smaller, and they start crying, we have to save this wood. But it makes you wonder, nobody hardly anybody in London Down knows where Prehen Wood is, apart from the people living in Prehen. And if it wasn't for people living here, that whole wood would disappear. So here's Prehen Woods now, and this is the reason why I'm getting here now. This is an old lane. It's always mucky. And they built 5 houses down here. And there's a whole big row about these houses being built because it's next to the wood. But I often wonder, these houses are going to have wee wains growing up on them. And they could be the wains who save the rest of this wood for the future. Now, they didn't actually cut down any trees building these houses. But what they did do, they had these fences up to protect the trees when they built them. And after they built the houses, look how wide this corner is. They've come out and they've widened it and they're cutting into the roots. You go down there now and you turn to the right and that's the entrance to the wood. But we go up this way, don't we, Will? Up we go! There's a car now, so you must live up there. Come on, Willow. You can't park in that wee road. It's just a wee lane going to 5 houses. And the problem they had, the developer built about 5 houses already. But then 5 houses came off a road that comes off a road that comes off a road. And whenever you got a road that comes off a road that comes off a road and so on, there's a maximum number of properties you're allowed. Bearing in mind the person driving to the last house has to pass all them houses. So they didn't want the first wee main road to become a main road. So they reached the limit, but they still had a bit of land left. So he wanted to bring this lane in here so he could build the rest of the houses. Whole big uproar about it. He got his way in the end. But if I'm honest, he hasn't done the forest any harm, hasn't done the wood any harm. The rest of that estate devastated most of the wood. Come on, Willow. And your people living in them houses are the ones complaining about the new houses. Come on up, right this way, pet. So we're now in Prehen Wood itself, belongs to Woodlands Trust. I come in that wee way there, so she has to go to the toilet. It's a flick of a stick here. No pipsqueak bags down this way. That's why I use this wee path. Right. And all the interesting thing about Prehen Wood, the soil's not very deep. It's an ancient wood, but you're not going to get any ancient trees on it. Full of bluebells. See the rock? Pure rock underneath. The whole thing's rock. This is probably why the woods is here. You can't farm it. There's not enough of topsoil to farm it. Over there's a quarry. Now you know how we're all into conservation and all that nowadays. That's all very well, but whenever you've got a war coming on, nobody cares about conservation. And in World War II, now this is what I am led to believe, but the Americans quarried that. And they used the stone. Like, you imagine they're building runways and everything. You need a lot of stone. And you don't want to go for the back and beyond. You get what's close. Laos are a lot smaller. And the Americans, they quarried that so that they could build the docks down at Maydown direction. But like, I can't see much rock being used in docks. So I imagine they just quarried it because they needed rocks for concrete for everything. Whether it be area shelters, whether it be the airports, the runways. So they just quarry. They need a quarry, regardless. So if it wasn't for World War II, there'd be trees over there now. That's a big hole in the ground. There's nothing in it, just a wee bit of water flooding it. A few trees have grown by themselves over the years. But it's the same with these trees here. They go so high and they topple over. The wind that topple them over, they can't get the roots deep in. Right, from this part to here now, we're now in the Prehen Wood with a public walk. So if you come in the entrance, it's not really a proper entrance. Like it's not a forest, it's a wee wood. You come up this way. Now, the paths are still, you're not going to go over that in a wheelchair. They did put a couple of decent paths going through here. You need to go in the top entrance to get on them. But if you come in the bottom entrance, this is what you've got. But it's very rarely mucky. It used to be mucky years ago, parts of it. But they've had plastic stuff in now. When you come here in the bluebells, that's the best time to come. Piles and piles of bluebells. The place is thick with. And of course you've got to get off these paths to see them. Bluebells are deep in. You see them here, but you won't see them at the best. The Woodlands Trust now put a couple of wee signs up. I just walked around the outside. About 20 minutes does it. It's not a very big wood. But when I had Lucy in shadow, I was zigzag going through this wood. There's a wee bit in the middle where you get the drinkers who go in, the campers. Can't a wee snuffs now, Willow? I was chatting to a girl the other day, and she didn't know it. You had male and female trees. You see that holly there? There's no berries on it. That's a male tree. You get male and female trees. Female's got the red berries. So the pretty female, she's the one's tacked every Christmas. One's coming down, cutting her up to get the berries. That's probably why there's more males about. They don't get cut down as much. So here's the quarry now. Best view of the quarry. If the water hadn't ended when it did, it may have been a bigger hole. But I imagine when that quarry was there was no Prehen houses. No housing estate. Prehen House itself, it's famous for your boy half-hung McNulton. He was hung on leopard. He wanted to go out with a daughter off that big house, Prehen House, and the father wanted none of it. He didn't want riffraff going with his daughter. And so your boy tried to murder the father. Don't know where he shot him. They lay in wait to shoot the father when the father was travelling in the carriage. And he shot at the father but missed and hit the daughter and killed the daughter. So he was tried then for murder and sentenced to hang. And the third time the rope broke. The rope broke the first time, the second time, and the rope broke the third time. So because the rope broke 3 times, legally he was allowed to walk free. They couldn't hang him a 4th time. And he didn't want to be known as half-hung McNaughton. So they got back up and they got hide in. And well, we're going this way. Some weather last night, wasn't it? It's pretty calm now. Hello, Bob! Hello, Bob! Gonna be a YouTube video. Got that. What up, that's my pet? Oh, she's going down that way now. She's the director. We're down this way instead. Come on. Well, I was going to play, but the video been long again, Willow. I'm on, Willow, ready to go now. Willow, come on, come on. That's a good. So, he got back up in the gallows, hung himself the fourth time, and he died. But the weird thing about it is, I wouldn't have known nothing about it, apart from the fact he's called Half Hung McNulty. So, he didn't want to be called Half Hung McNulty, and that's why he went the fourth time, and he's known to this day because of it. Well, if he hadn't hung himself the fourth time, I mean, I never had tell him. Whoa! Oh, Adam's here! Well, I start me counting, Willow. Willow. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, wow. Come on now. So through, I see you get close to people. Sure, move around. That man wants to get walking a wee dog. It's probably not even vaccinated, like. There's more people now because they're wearing the Santa hat. Look at them all now, like. I'm away, Wallow, I'm away. It's not as bad as being somewhere empty when there's a couple of people, because who's crowded? If you're in a supermarket and there's only 2 people, you say, jeez, it's empty. When you're in a wood and there's 2 people, it's packed. So just not up there, so I'm going on ahead now, Wallow. I'm away, lady. That wee path going down there, that is brilliant there, and the bluebells is out. Not much now, like. It's a big slab of rock. Something if you stood on, you slipped down in your arse. And a bit of water at the bottom, that's all it's there now. I tell that boy who's making a YouTube video, I think I'm mad chatting to myself. Because when I'm carrying this camera, people think it's a dog lead. They think I've got an invisible dog lead. So the path's a wee bit better here. They've got these plastic things. But they built this using quad bikes, which I think's all wrong. Now you pay a contractor, he comes in with the quad bikes and they rip half the forest up anyway. Big mistake they make here, and this must be a Woodlands Trust thing. Don't know why they have to do it. There's the original path. There's the original bridge gone. They put the pipes far too small. The place is full of branches. It blocks up and floods. So they built this one here. Pipes are still small. How then? Want a drink of water, Willow? Look at the shape blocking that pipe up there, like. Normally what you see all the forest parks at the forestry service, they build a wee well, a wee foot well here, and a wee bit of a dam. And you see it in this park on down where the DOE have done it for, because this stream goes into a pipe and goes underneath the playing field. The Woodland Trust insists on putting pipes, it just blocks up. And then the water can't go anywhere, and it takes half the forest away with. Why you just don't get one of them reinforced floor beams and you get in a flat, you just drop it and let the water run underneath. I don't know. They build these fancy bridges. When you put your money into a Woodland Trust box, you want a wee tree. You don't want to think they're putting on a plastic pipe with 3 blocks. And one up us right now, Will always wants to go that way sometimes, but this is why we go round outside it. The place. Study of Day Golf Club. This is the other side of that hedge. And boys will come up here to sneak in. Don't they? Well, and some dog walkers go in there. I don't go in. I've never gone in there. I've gone a few times with another woman, but I've never gone on my own. Then boys, they pay their membership to maintain that ground. It's their ground. There's a couple of wee ways you can walk in. There's plenty of space out here. You've got the woods, you've got the playing fields. Don't really need to go in there. All them holly trees, all male. No female holly trees here, Willow. The thing I disagree with here, they put the barbed wire to keep people out, actually in the Woodlands Trust's property. There's the wee stream between the two. So surely the golf club should keep the barbed wire on their side of the stream. If someone was to cut themselves on that, could there be a claim? But they don't want their golfers looking at a barbed wire fence. I don't know why they put a barbed wire fence on, because you can just walk in and on. There's two places you can walk in. I've never seen anybody walking up here with a set of golf clubs. I've seen them on the old B road up above, the Austell road, parking the cars and climbing the hedge. When the Woodlands Trust got the place, they put a couple of these wee wooden things, and they're actually handy. If you go somewhere for the first time on trees, you could end up going around in circles without realising it. And by putting these wee things on, you're saying, oh gee, I've seen that fox before. So you get a better idea. If you go somewhere you've never been before, these wee landmarks are actually handy. They got school children to do the poems. This one is, they roam all day, they roam all night. When it's time they play, they fight, fight, fight. She probably got a wee ton of sweets or something for coming up with that idea, well. Alright. Well, I reckon most puppies would play against it, although Willow doesn't. Once we get to the top now, Willow, she knows the way back. And so maybe a bit quicker walking back. Ordnance survey markers. I think that one there's been moved. Not ordnance survey, orienteering markers. Before they built this wee path here, before the Woodlands Trust came, this was all very, very mucky here. And that was the wee path up there, behind this tree. That's the way I would have walked here. This was the actual wee path here. You walk down here, you walk along this tree, and you see when a storm comes, that tree moves, that ground lifts. How it hasn't fell before now, I do not know. But you have something here going up and down as the tree swaying. The tree's still hanging on. This dog gets very mucky over here, but this was just pure muck. Probably saw it rock underneath, nowhere for the water to go. That wee stream's actually higher up than what that ground is. But the Woodlands Trust, they did a so-called improvement for it. What the barbed wire there, like? Should that be allowed in their ground? I don't know. Them golfers are not very good at doing barbed wire fences. They're a bit scruffy, isn't it? You wouldn't want to put Christmas lights in the tree the way they put that barbed wire on. Any golfers in there today? There's a wee way into the golf club. Willow, stay you there, pet. Stay there. Stay there. See, I never walk Willow in here. If you want to go into the golf club, oh, the buggers have blocked it up. See that? They've gone and blocked it up while I landed. Look, other ones are making other ways through. See, it's just a constant fight, isn't it? You see there in the troubles there that the British Army tried to block off the border roads. They blew up bridges and other boys will come and fill them in. It's the same here. They block up a wee wire fence, other ones come. I went at this point going front boys doing it on me now. Hey, hold on. Why are you over at this puppy in front here? Come on this way, Willow. Wait there, let this wee one in front here now. Right there. That wee one's carrying its own poop scoop bags, aye? And it's walking in front. That's not huffing the way Willow does. That's not huffing. On now, honey, let's go. I don't think we're going to catch up on it the speed you do. Hey, there's not a red berry here. Woodlands Trust really didn't look into that, you know. All these wee single males here. It's even far back, you think she was wearing a Santa hat. Close up it's not, it's the design on it. But from far back, it's just red with a wee bit of white in the bottom. You'd swear it was a Santa hat. It's just fields and out the side. This part of the wood here you would have badgers. Don't know any badgers now. When I used to come here years ago, it was full of, it's just a full of red squirrels, this place. And when I was here, I seen a couple of red squirrels once. So even when there's red squirrels, you're lucky to see one. But it's all grey squirrels now. They put wee squirrel feeders up, trying to keep the red, but I think the red's gone. There's a bit of disease kills them, and then starvation. But the badgers and all would have, they would have had a wee badger run just straight in front. And the path used to go right past them. Then when the Woodlands Trust came here, they took the path across the drain here to the other side, and they let that place go all wild. It is wild now, but the fact there's no runs there, I don't think there's no badgers. The problem with the wee badgers, they make a wee path, and then people walk the path they make. So the Woodlands Trust put this path on here. This would have been all mucky ground beforehand. That was a nicer path up there next to the wee badgers. You don't see no trails. I think the farmers have all killed them like. Crossing the drain again, back onto the original wee path. Well, I think a big shower is going to come. Big shower is going to come, Willow. No berries down here, are there? I have seen Holloway berries. That's why I know the berries should be out. I'm sure many of the Wayne has climbed that tree in the time. These thing's half dead now. There's some good views along the day here now. The GoPro's not going to shut up very well. Getting very stormy. Oh, what happened like that? What happened? Look at a big shower. Hailstones today. There's probably more hailstones coming now. A bit better off at the other side of the wood now, well. There's a wee bit of condensation in there. I'll get rid of that before this big shower comes, because there'll be raindrops on it too. This path here, the Woodlands Trust put in, there was a path here, but see you put in these flashy things, and it was mucky in places. But the good thing about the muck, it kept a lot of people away, and it's handy when you have dogs. Was turning white with hailstones. Very, very small hailstones, well, they're very, very small. It's looking more like dandruff. So it is. Aye. So there's 3 hailstones. Look at the shape of this one now. There's no shelter here, Will. There is no shelter. I could have put your wee jacket on, but you three daft without wearing it. Another wee marker. Needles sharp and pointy. Slowly crawling to his humble home. There you find him, cozy and warm. I don't know, it's cozy and warm. Wrapped among the leaves and grass. There. I don't think that lines very well. What's the post like? But like out on this poetry is not also supposed to next shelf, like. Nah, she's probably working on a factory now, that wee girl. Probably grew up now, working on a factory. Poetry didn't get her anyway. Willow's turning like. That's it over now, Willow. That didn't take too long. If you were to do a wee shake now, you could shake that water off yourself. See, Lucy and all used to know how to shake. I told her how to shake and she would have shaked. Willow? Yeah. Willow, do wee shakies? Willow, you going to do wee shakies? Are you going to shake? Oh, I'm going to try. You going to do shakies? Shakies? Come on, shaky shakes. Go on, Willow. Shakies. Not the tail, the body. Shake the body. Yeah. My head. Walk that's a mile. What's he on? There's an example there I was on it the other day. See this fungus down this tree? That tree's dead. You see it growing up there. And that's why now when the wind comes, it just snaps. The tree was already dead, that's soft. The tree was already dead before it broke. So you think when they see trees with this fungus on it here, that's already broke off. When you see this fungus on a tree, it's going to fall and hit somebody. So you think the like of them trees, they can make the most safer. They don't seem to. They had a good big one in Dromana and they cut it down. But once that fungus is on, the poor thing's dead. Come on now, Willow. table, but there's no picking up here. Flicking the stick, that's just pure liquid. And that's what we cancer. There's no way of picking that up there, Pet. It looks more of a jelly. That's why Prehen's handier, like. If she did that in a bicycle lane, you wouldn't really pick it up. I see they do a big one with a poop scoop bin as you come in. There's somebody's got a tyre hanging up on a tree there. I don't think that branch will hold me out. I'd be tempted, you know, Will. I'd be tempted to go on that tyre. But the branch doesn't look a very sturdy branch. Yeah, I end up in hospital. Soon I've been round the whole thing now. Not much left. I'll say you can zigzag. Lots of wee paths zigzagging through. Whenever the bluebells come out, you'll want to do the zigzagging. That's all the bluebells right in the middle. I have an older video. Bluebell walk. They have a bluebell walk every year. It hasn't been on this last 2 years because of coronavirus. You can come in with a wee guide. One person will tell you about the nature that's in here, all the animals, and the other guide will tell you about the shrubs and the trees and the history of the place. That's free. I don't always like walking around in a crowd of people, but it's nice sometimes when you hear people telling you things you don't know. It's nice to actually hear the guides. Come on, Willow! Come on, Willow! Here's another one of these wee streams here. Summertime is completely dry. But like it now, it's a trickle. But you see, if you got a big rainfall, it will gush down there quick. And they replaced this bridge too with an all tube pipes. There was a previous bridge here. But you see the leaves are still building up. I don't think they should have built the wee bridges. They should have had just a wooden bridge like they had in the forest parks, not drain pipes. Just a bit of wood going over the top. Have the bottom open. A concrete slab. Here's the houses in front now. They were fighting for years about these houses. I see 4, I think it was 5 they built. The houses themselves do not encroach on the wood. They're on a field next to the wood. But say they're a wee bit snaky and widening the lane out. I know if I lived in a wee house like that, I'd have a wee gate coming into the wood. Now they're not far off it, they can just walk down the wee lane on it. They'll probably worry about wee buggers at night time. But who wouldn't want to live in a wee house like this, next to a natural wood? Now there's 5 houses there. There's other houses on down, they were the older ones. So there's 4 houses actually. That house, I can see it in the camera, that house with the chimney, that's a set of the older houses. So it's been very easy to make the road that wee bit longer, but they weren't allowed to do it. Not that very well. How you doing? That woman wants to be in my video 5 times now. Fuck me, like 5 times. She looks at the camera every time. Women do them type of things. So it wouldn't be very much to lengthen the road to join on them all 5 houses, and there wouldn't have been any complaint. The complaint came because of the new road they had to put in. It's just bylaws, isn't it? it would have made more sense to lengthen the wee road. Look at the length. How long are you lengthened? Like, it's not that long, but the ones on the other streets, oh, we don't want all that traffic going past our house. People just moan and groan. That's all they do. The property entrance to this place is up at the top, but there is no parking. You're in a housing estate, no parking at all. This is the other wee entrance here. There's a proper wee sign. It comes off this wee lane. This is the way I'd like to come in. Just a wee Woodlands Trust sign. You can walk straight up the hall like. That's an old airage shelter there. Those two of them. And I don't know, they were air shelters, but I came on that wee tour, a Bluebell tour, and the boys pointed out they were air shelters. And he's pointing out the fact they survived, the war and survived up until now, and then the boulders come along and destroy one. So they were completely open. And I always thought that like a handy wee, I come down here, I have a caravan. It'd be brilliant to have that there, all dished out, where you can have a wee bed in there, wee solar panel or whatever, like, you know, and a wee stove. A nice wee place to come. And it's getting more open now. They're all blocked off with clay. But like, before you could just walk on it. This is only since they've done this road up, they put clay there. It's sitting on a waste. Do you know, why is it lying like that now? Sure, it's a waste. Take this clay out, put it on top of the roof. The other one was smaller. But the wee small one was knocked down. Why they knocked it down, I don't know. Who decided to knock it down? So there's the lane now going up to them houses. Look at all them, there's all the houses there in Prehen Woods. They're originally built on the lane of Prehen House. When Prehen House was there, that was built in their lane. I'm sure when they built them houses, they cut down a pair of trees. They're fixing this thing up again now. So there's how the DOE, when you got all those shite and all coming down the stream, you see the way they have the wee waterfall deliberately built, and that's all they stamp the leaves. See the way the leaves get left behind? So by the time it finally gets to the pipe doesn't block. And yet the Woodlands Trust, they stick in 2 drain pipes and wonder why it blocks. When that gets piped there now, that's from the ground now, the whole way until it gets to the forest. No, in fact it's not. It comes back out of those houses and then goes back underground again at the main road. So that's the private houses up there now. I'll take a wee peek, well, take a wee peek. But awkward if we met another car, isn't it? I said that was just a field, an empty field. They didn't cut down any trees when they built them houses. This lane was very mucky. That's why I used to walk up the hill as well. But the lane's got a wee bit wider since the boulders have been here. And that's the fear you have with development. If you go back here in 10 years time, this could be a 2-lane road. They'll just sneak in a wee bit here and there. You know, like trucks just driving over the roots of that tree, which is not good for the tree. What's wrong, Is that a wee hot spot? Is that a wee hot spot, is it? I'm on this way now, we'll go head back now, Ted. That's just a wee turning spot there. I don't know if anybody does have a plan. As you get the odd one like me, might try and park there, you see, and go up to the woods. Oh, I'm no sense not to park there. See, I think if you're going for a walk, why do you want to park as close to the walk as possible? You'll walk another way. Park in the first place where there's no jam, no traffic jam, and walk. winter time this gets very slippery, this wee road here. That'd be the worst bit there for the residents. There's no grit here, like. That house there was sold, and the builder who bought it bought the house and put that other house in the garden. And I wonder when they sold the house why they once put a fence up so close. Why did they do that? That's why they sold it out as a building plot. So the boy who bought it can now sell off the original house, plus he's bought a new house. That's how you make your own money, well. And we're still putting gas in here. Oh well, the price of gas now, nobody wants to connect it. Alright Pat, let's cross. Do you want to go back to the car now at Prehen Woods? I probably back to the car, you know, and then we'll go back out later. I was never at Prehen House. There's nobody living in it now, all the families died off. So it's not open to the public no more. Are you eating the grass? That's okay, eat away, eat the grass. Helps the wee tummy, doesn't it, Pet? Helps the wee tummy. No, now, honey. We'll try heading back now towards the car now. Aye, that's enough of walking this morning, I think. Aye. Head towards the car again, will we? Like it's on to eat. And look at Christmas decorations they put up. So if you want to find this place, just go to the Everglades Hotel. You turn off into it's going to be all poo now. Oh, that's just pure water, pure water. That's your worst day yet, Pet. Pure water. Very dark colour. Very thing. Maybe it feels better now that's out of you, Pet. It makes you wonder why she wouldn't do it in the forest, like. We're walking around the forest for an hour. And then you see her sitting there and he looks, she's eating grass, she's not feeling well. She's eating grass, she's looking at me. What can I do? And then you go there. Oh, that's right now, honey. Come on, Willow. Come on. Now we'll go back to the car. So when I crossed over there, I might actually stay the footpath. There's that wee stream again now before crossing the main road. Same thing again. Yeah, this wee pool thing. All the leaves and twigs get cut and that and settle down. The boys and the DOE are coming there, like that out there, right? And then by the time it gets down to the pipe, look how clear the water is down to the pipe. And that runs under the road then, the whole way underneath them Prehen Woods. It's a long way before it comes back out again. So, there's 3 wee drain pipes there. And 2 of them's blocked. And the water's going over the top. But the fact that the main big drain pipe stays free, the Woodlands Trust need to do something like that. If they want to use pipes. But the best not use pipes. I wouldn't have that problem with them. this would have been the old main road. From London down to Savannah. Now Gage Willow Line would have been over there. This thing here, fees beware, big cables, DNA and all the rest. On Prehen Woods, there's a cycle in there with electric lights. Somebody stole the electric cables out of all the lights. So they've changed it now. They put on covers you can't open. That one there hasn't got a cover you can't open, but it's got the cable's got DNA on it. I don't know, do the scratch drives check if you take another cable, do they check the DNA? Car's down this way now, Seth. Down this way the car. I'm really getting a bit tired now. Tired or bored. If we were in a shop like this now, she wouldn't be tired. She'd be running around with this. That's the old stone wall there, running along the edge of the main road. And that's the same stone wall as down to lay-by, where we've parked the car. So where I'm walking now would have been the road. But you see, I don't know what house this went to. There's quite a few big houses up there now. And it's obviously not used. I don't know who even owns that ground. But it was used at one time. Now this nice wee gate going into it. CHIL COOT Chill Coot. I don't know. The thing I know about these other things here, whatever wood that is, oak or whatever it is, never needs wood preserved. And that's lying neglected for how many years. It's still solid. In most cases they're more solid than the day they were built. The wood starts off soft when you cut it, and when it gets old you need a chainsaw to get through it. But it makes you wonder, should that not be the way we're doing things now? If you were to buy a gate and B&Q, there look, woodworm, that's what destroys it, woodworm. You buy a gate now and B&Q, it lasts no time. That gate's lying there for years. Look at the way they've done it there, look. Wee waves of wood and all, they tighten it up. Wee waves of wood in there. Alright, alright. That's back when people used to walk past. No, you wouldn't get anybody walking down now, they drive down the car. Oh, the car's just down here now. I will park down here, let's lay by. Off we go. Off we go. I would say you get some money for that land if you can sell that for houses. I would say ones I've probably tried. All the houses around here are big money. Stony Path and all them places. It makes you wonder. I can see there you go now, look. That tree there's dying. There's a wee fungus on it there now. So that wee tree there is there. Look at the size of it. Battery went on again. I say there's that fungus there growing on that tree. It's a massive big tree. It's a massive big tree. And that fungus is well established on it. If you look at the tree, you wouldn't know now what it leaves anyway because it's only ivy on it. But you see the very top of the tree is completely dead. It's been dead a long time. That is going to fall. There's the main road over there. It just about might miss the main road. But somebody's going to be liable for that tree. You think now they see about cutting it down, rather with the storm brings it down. It is going to come down. It's a massive big heavy tree that's dead. That ivy there still alive. It's putting a bit of weight on it as well. So a lot of time you hear these storms. There's a man killed last night. A headmaster was killed from the Antrim area, Antrim Road. Imagine if the tree is already dead like that and it killed his car. Who's liable? Now a lot of people don't want to have trees because they don't want to be liable. But most trees are alright. Once it's dead and nobody's bothering about them, that's a massive big tree. It's dead of old age probably. Or just some disease. It's had a long life. What's wrong with you now? She's going to be sick of shit. She had grass there, she's going to be sick now. She had grass there and she was looking at me but she wasn't being sick. So that's it. If she gets sick now and has had the diarrhea, that's her all red out. Get up there and we get something to eat. That's a girl. That's a good girl, Willow. Must be sore being sick again. It's natural. You can see the tummy heaving a wee bit yet, you know. She wants to go a second time. Ah, you take your time, that's okay. I won't look, I won't look. Is that you finished now? Just check it just to see. Probably just grass. See these leaves? Well, it's impossible to find anything nowadays. Where's your wee stick now, Peter? So good to see that. Should be a pile of grass. A wee bit of saliva there, like. But no, there's more grass than that. I don't know. Camouflaged. There's no blood on it. I don't see no blood anywhere. Go ahead now, pet. I'll give your tummy a wee rub. Give the tummy a wee rub. Will that make it better? Will that make it better? Alright? Ah, no, you hailstones. We'll get back to the house now and we'll get a big towel. Get you all dried and make it something special in your wee bowl. Come on now. Autumn's turned into winter well before, right? You actually see there. You see there where an old lane was running down. An old path going downhill. It's cut out. It's probably going to that gate. But there's a fence dividing the two. But there's an old lane running up through the middle of that banking. Prehen Wood, just to go as far as new building and all that there. That was built whenever the planters came to Derry and built the whole city. They needed wood for ships, and that's how these woods got planted. Whenever they built the city of Londonderry, there was no trees here. All the Bronze Age had them all cut down. Probably full of potatoes. But so the ones from London and all who built the city, they planted all these trees. They said you needed trees for shipbuilding. If you're going to run 2/3 of the world with your empire, you need trees. That's our surge. Well, you know, I've never actually seen it full of water. She fills up with surge and then against the pumps. And I can see the surge in that. And I've never seen the surge in that. I wonder if she blocked Willow. The water's moving on there, I can see the water moving. That's a very old thing. At the very start of our walk, you seen the new pump on them trees there. Stop and put into the forest. Makes you wonder down the arrows do there. The carrot's just down here now, Willow. Come back to the carrot again. Come on, Willow. Come on, Willow. Not long now, not long. That's just why we left out the playing fields, isn't it, Pet? Oh, you've had enough. Slower. Let's see how slow I walk through stop. You will not walk on front like. On you go. Do your foot, do your foot. Well, you right through behind. We'll see the carrot now, like, he's springing the step now. Oh, he's springing the step there, Willow. Alright, see the carrot now, come. Stony Wood. You know what I often find? Stony Wood, the name of the road sign. You see the housing estate, it's all private houses. Stony Wood, Prehen. They put Prehen on, they're probably not even on Prehen. But they're putting Prehen on. You want people to think you're from a swanky area of the city. They don't have Prehen on as new buildings, it's close to new buildings. But new buildings got riffraff on it. Like Prehen, people thinking Prehen house. The hailstones have gone to rain now, must be warming up. it's us now, Willow. Ready, shakies before we get into the car? Alright, Gary, that's a half a shake, that'll do. I don't think much water came off you. You didn't really put enough effort into it, but I suppose you put a bit of effort into it. Ah, you put a wee bit. Couple of wee treats now. Come out, well. There we go. Couple of wee treats for all. Don't like them wee treats, they're far too small, it's just choke on them. Still 5 degrees, 12:26. Head back now, get you dried and something to eat.